The clock strikes 12, I step into the haze. Whispers call me from 1,000 graves. Shadows dance in corners out of sight. I chase the unknown deep into the night. I hunt the fear you dare not face. In the darkness I embrace the trace. The dead, they speak their secrets shown. Welcome to the bizarre and the unknown. A flicker, a chill, a shadowed hand. The unseen lingers where I stand. Through creaking doors and empty halls, I hear the echoes of forgotten calls. I hunt the fear you dare not face. In the darkness I embrace the trace. The dead, they speak their secrets shown. Welcome to the bizarre and the unknown. And the eyes that watch from a place unreal, a touch so cold it makes you feel that near but hidden, veiled in shade. I walk with ghosts unafraid. I hunt the fear you dare not face. In the darkness I embrace the trace. The dead, they speak their secrets shown. Welcome to the bizarre and the unknown.
Hey, Kevin. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Campfire Chats with Eric and guest. I'm your host, E.D. Testerman. How is everybody doing today? I tell you what, I have been running nonstop since 06:30 this morning. Hey, Bounty. And, man, I still ain't slowed down. I'm working on the web page, trying to upload the investigations up on there, trying to download the music I need for each of the pages, trying to finish up that video from that paranormal experience from the Indian Point investigation. I should have it done tonight if all works out right. Plus, I did a paranormal investigation last night for a neighbor of mine. I got a call up. This gentleman has never, ever experienced paranormal activity before. And so he called me in to take a look, see what's going on. Some interesting stuff happened last night. A lot of interesting stuff happened last night. I will be doing a return visit. He has asked me to come back to help try to narrow things down some more. Roxanne, I like it. It's a beautiful area. It's a lot of yuppies have gone get there now, but it's not near as good as it was when I was a young pup. But it's still a beautiful place. But anyways, yeah. So I'll be going back. I'll be doing a return visit as soon as I get done stitching this video together. I've got several hours of video and audio to go through. Had a lot of interactions. Really, really good stuff that people like me like to capture on paranormal investigations. I mean, I didn't get the holy grail of a full body apparition, but definitely confirmation on several stuff. So when I get that stuff done, I get the video stitched out, I will get that out. And we'll kind of talk a little bit about that tomorrow on tomorrow's show. So with that being said, has anybody got any encounters they've had this that they want to talk about? And if you want to come on live, let me know. I'll put the link in the chat. If you just want to talk about it in the chat room, then put it in there. I'll bring it up. We'll talk about it. Feed me, human. But no, it's I had to make a with that investigation last night. I had to make a phone call. It's a type of phone call I don't like to make because of a certain situation. But we'll talk a little bit more about that tomorrow too. So make sure you tune in tomorrow as we talk a little bit about that. Some experiences I've had on paranormal investigations. DA and I will be going to Moon Valley here real soon, so I'm going to try to get some video when we go out there. We're also getting together because I don't want to go back down on that werewolf investigation alone. Something there. I don't want to go down there alone again. But that's rare for me to be that way. But so him and I's got some stuff in the works. We're going to work together on a couple investigations. One he's got going on, one that I got going on. Just because both locations are really dangerous. Just a crazy neighbor. No, I mean I got pretty good neighbors. I'm blessed. I got pretty good neighbors. Yeah, yours might. I mean, I'm pretty good, but so no, it was definitely an eventful night. So we'll talk about that tomorrow on tomorrow's show. If you guys haven't checked out the new webpage, I am putting stuff up now. I'm trying to get that adding stuff up to it. I'll put the link in the chat there, and make sure you go check it out. I haven't been able to work on it a whole lot lately because, man, I've been busier than a hiccup between changing job positions, the fact that the AC ain't working in here. It's been hard for me to do any writing or any type of work. I'm having to hit it at good moments like today. Right now it's 94 degrees in the office alone. The rest of the house is around 91. So that's really put a hampering on stuff. But I need to get this one video out, and I got to start going through evidence. So I'm just going to have to suck up the heat. As they say, suck it up, buttercup. That's pretty much where I'm at right now. So I don't know why my camera keeps getting moved around. But outside of that, so let's hear it, guys. Has anybody had anything bizarre and unknown happen to them in the past they haven't talked about, or recently that they want to talk about? That's what this show's for. I'm hoping I shut this VPN off that Nord puts up, so I'm hoping that it seems to be working better on my videos. So you guys let me know what it's like. According to my signal, it seems to be running better. The internet people was supposed to have been out here Tuesday. He called me around 6, 7 o'clock, said it'd be 9 o'clock before he got out here. I said, well, I hope you ain't too late because I got to be up at 0500. I was up till midnight waiting on this person. He never showed up, never called, said he wasn't coming or nothing. So, needless to say, I still haven't had a technician out here to work on my internet. So, I'm hoping by shutting this VPN off that Nord automatically puts on will fix a lot of that. So, I know I can see my upload progress is still not too good, but hopefully you guys can hear me and see me pretty good, better than usual. Oh, am I still on? Hey, Scott, how's it going? Okay, good. Yeah, Scott, message good. So I'm still rocking and rolling. Um, okay, good. Thank you, guys. Yeah, they're, yeah, Roxanne, trust me, I'm trying to be very professional right now, but my attitude towards them is not very pleasant at the moment, and I'll just kind of leave it at that. I'm tired of being jerked around with the amount of monies I spend every month on this freaking internet service, and this would be the second or third. This would be the second time I've had them out here to fix an issue, and it seems like last time they fixed it, it wasn't working near as good as it did the first time. Oh, bounty. Okay. Something new's been seen in the house. Little tiny pinhole bright light that blink, but as fast as they came, almost kind of like a starburst. Hard to explain. No kidding. So it's almost like a spark of energy just popped and then went away. I strive to be unprofessional, but often fail. Yeah, when I'm doing this, I kind of got to be professional. What that's funny is I actually know somebody who's in charge of the AT&T in this area. Out, yeah, yeah. Um, so that is a interesting encounter there, Bounty. So that could be paranormal, something trying to manifest. Now that could also be static electricity popping in the air, and it could be something supernatural too. So I mean, it's one of those things. I had AT&T once for a weekend. I had so many drop calls, I revoked the contract and returned the buyer. Yeah, that's the sad thing. I'm not a fan of Verizon, but that is the only thing that works out here. The only thing that works. Everything else, you're pissing into the wind, and you might not get it on you. Most likely, you will. It's just it ain't nothing else works out here. So I live out in the boonies. I don't have fiber. I don't have all that stuff, so I don't have the luxury of anything with good signal. And there's a lot of places around here that other stuff don't work either. That only Verizon does. Kevin says, I'm only nice once per problem. I'm old with short nerves. I get you, man. I'm an old Marine grunt NCO, so yeah. I gotta protect my. I gotta watch myself because the old NCO me wants to come out quite often. So yeah, it's a struggle. It's definitely a struggle, but hopefully it's working better now that this VPN shut off. But so yeah, I would kind of on your deal, Bounty. I kind of lean towards it's going to be one of those three. I'd say most likely it's going to be either static electricity erupting in the air, which does happen. It's a rare, but it does happen, or it's something probably paranormal trying to manifest. Scott. Oh, that's funny. There's all my social media sites, and on my webpage, if you're interested, you can actually click on the down at the bottom of the webpage, click on the social media sites that I'm a part of. I need to start posting more on that stuff. Man, I need to. I wish I had the money to hire a crew to help me with a lot of that stuff. You know what I mean? I just realized that thing don't even show up that good with that color either. That's all right. Yeah. Roxanne's confused if she wants to eat a tater or some Mexican jumping beans. Oh, you guys' comments. But no, so with that stuff going on, that's kind of the type of stuff that I look at. Um, Not everything's going to be paranormal. Not everything is going to be supernatural. Not everything's going to be cryptid. Not everything's going to be that type of stuff. So, when you're dealing with that stuff, you have to play those scenarios out. For me to actually go, hey, this is this, it's because the evidence is pretty compelling, and there's really very little else that could be. Scott. Yeah, I'm Cherokee, Comanche, Lakota, German, Irish, English, Scottish, Norwegian, and Dane. My primary bloodlines is Dane and Norse. Yeah, I'm a mutt, and I like it. I've always been a fan of mutts. Hashtag mutt stick together. We have a lot of energies here, though, strange noises and vibrations in the air and the ground. And that's the thing. That could be paranormal. That could be supernatural. It could also be the static electricity in the air. So it's like when I go on a paranormal investigation, I'm taking an EMF reading, because if you have high EMF and you're exposed to it at a time, it does affect you, and it affects people different ways. It'll either make you sick or make you paranoid or make you hear or see things that you don't always see. Same here, Scott. Um, so That's why I always take a base EMF reading when I go on an investigation. Before I even do the investigation, that's one of the very first things I do is I take a base EMF reading. Which last night was the first time I thought about it. I actually recorded the whole um, event of me, taking a baseline reading. I've done it a little bit hey, Roger, I've done it a little bit in the past on the videos that I created, but I got thinking, if my videos are going to help some people out, then I need to kind of actually do it. So I did actually record me the whole time walking through this place doing a base reading on EMF. So, but so yeah, no, in your instance, Rock or Bounty, yeah, I mean, I'd be curious. Do you happen to have a EMF detector handy, or know somebody that's close that has one, Bounty? I'm kind of curious on that. Yeah, everybody's EMF sensitive. Just some people affects them more than the others. And burned out. I'm wondering if it's an effect in high EMF places when the solar protons hit, or some kind of. Yeah, like, so if you can get your hands on your, hey Don, if you can get your hands on one, when you start having that, take an EMF reading, um, kind of see what's going on, and walk through the whole area. If it's not isolated to one spot, it's isolated to a large area. Most likely, that's what the problem is. Um, if it's isolated to a small spot, then you're looking at it's either paranormal, supernatural, or it's just some odd random thing that the EMF is only affecting that area. So you want to, look high, low, left, right, and center. Make sure you cover the whole area when you're detecting high EMFs. So I'm wondering what the levels at your house is like. I did have one issue last night when I was recording. I know I hit the record button, but the first part of the investigation, I'm not sure if it got recorded because I got up and looked and my camcorder was off for some reason. And I know I hit the record button. So either I didn't hit it right or once again, something turned it off. Yeah, I would definitely do that, Bounty. That is going to help you determine a lot of things right there, is if you can get that. They're not too expensive. You can get them off Amazon, for a recent reasonable price. I would definitely get that. That is one of your best tools that you can get, is that right there. This is my email or my mailing address. If you need to mail me something, you can mail it to that address right there, PO Box 86, Buffalo, Missouri. Crap, I forgot to go by and check that today while I was in town. My house feels like imagine a turkey in a microwave and dozens. So I would say you're probably getting hit with a crap ton of EMF, a crap ton of it. If that's the case, I'm almost betting you're probably getting saturated in EMF. That's how it feels like in your house. Hey, brother William, sorry I haven't had a chance to check your video out today. I've been busier than a hiccup. I'm going to try to watch it tonight. Well, so it's not really an AMF radio. It's a shadow box. Give me a second. Let me grab mine. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I just thought about it. Sorry, guys. I said shadow box, and I meant to say spirit box. Um, so what you're wanting is the spirit box, and that way you can play. You can go through. You can go through, which I don't have mine plugged in, but you can have it, randomly at certain intervals go through the channels. So this is what you're actually want, not so much an AM FM radio, is you want something like this that can flip through the channels rapidly, which I did use this last night and it did work, but for some reason the entities there did not like it. They did not want me to turn it on. In fact, they asked me to shut it off. So, and that does happen. That does happen. Sometimes it irritates them and they don't like it. Hey, Tracy. I bought 3 before. I would get different readings than everyone around me when they used it. I never bought one. I mess up electronics. Always have. I will have my kids come over and do readings too. Oh wow, yeah. Like I can't wear expensive watches because I fry them. Um, but yeah, so I don't have the batteries in it, so I can't turn. I always take the batteries out when I'm done with an investigation. Um, you can use AM, FM. You're going to get more success on the FM part. I have used the AM. I just found that it's a little bit better on the FM side. So that's what I do, and it. I mean, it does work. I mean, it worked last night, like I said, but they just didn't like it. They really didn't like it. So I'm the type of investigator. I'm not there to piss off the entities, and I'm very big and not provoking them. I know a lot of investigators like to do it. It's clickbait because people like it, but I'm going to tell you something that is extremely, extremely wrong to do. You should not provoke them because it's not you that's got to deal with it when you're done with the investigation. The owner has to deal. So you upset them, you piss them off. You're not the one that's being affected by it. The client is. So provoking is not something I like to do. Very rarely will I ever provoke, and it really depends on the circumstance, and that's because I'm trying to get rid of whatever's there. So if I'm trying to get rid of it and it's being non-compliant, because when you go into a place to do a paranormal investigation, they know your intentions. They can tell your intentions by the energy that you put off. And a lot of people don't know that, but they really do. So, and I don't do that. I rarely, rarely, rarely ever provoke because of that fact right there. I don't want my client to have very negative and very bad experiences because I upset the entity. Yeah, that spirit box is it's handy. It's a handy tool. It really is. Oh, yeah, I didn't. I'm glad you said something because I know he was bugging me a minute ago. Come here, Snow. Yep. Say hello before I put you up by the fan. You gonna say hello to everybody? No. Okay. Let me put you by the fan so you can cool off. There you go. Hey, I only if it worked that like that. I'd be a rich man. Does that feel better? You got that fan blowing on me? No, get your nose out of that. You know better. Um, yeah, if only it worked that good, I would be. I'd be a rich man. So, um, but yeah, I mean, it's investigating. Um, just one topic alone to say paranormal can be very expensive. Um, I investigate a lot of stuff, so I mean, it gets really expensive, and the type of tools you use, the right type of tools you use or get, will mean the difference between a successful one or a not. If I ignore, they just use my phone or lights. I set hours when they can talk. I block out the rest of the time. I quit talking pics. They always show up, or a bunch of orbs like snow. I love photography. Yeah, and that's the thing. Now, orbs you have to be very careful of. Orbs can be dust, orbs can be insects, or orbs could be something paranormal. In the wintertime, it's mainly going to be dust or paranormal. I like orbs, but I can tell you now, I am quick to shoot an orb down unless it does something that I know a dust or an insect won't do. Yes, I mean they do too. I haven't used them, but I know people who have, William. Um, But yes, I know people that have. In fact, a good brother of mine I want to have on the show one day when some time when he gets things calmed down up here. He uses dowsing rods. I personally have never used them, but yeah, I know people have used them, and they said they've been very successful. So we're kind of getting in the topic of tomorrow's show, but that's okay. We can talk about it again tomorrow. But yeah, so be very careful in the orbs. Just because you see something like that doesn't necessarily mean that it's paranormal. You have to be extremely careful. When it sets off my EMF detector, it flies a certain way, or it sets off my cameras, my motion sensor cameras. I get excited. Now the motion sensor cameras, I get excited morely most of the time in the winter when there's no insects out, because an insect can set off a motion detector. Um, it's not often that it does, but it can set winter time. That's when I get most excited about that. Spring, summer, fall is extremely hard to get excited over orbs. It is, yeah. I mean, exactly. You're exactly right. It was also they're also used to find bodies, hidden bodies in the ground. But yes, they're originally found to find water. Absolutely, or usually created to find water. Absolutely correct. So yeah, I would like to see some of those pictures. Video would do better if you can ever capture that stuff on video, Bounty. That's going to really help me determine yes, those are actual orbs or not. Still pictures is nice, but still pictures can still be insect dust or paranormal. Hey Jessica, how's it going? I meant to text you last night, but I got busy. Um, so, I mean, I can look at still pictures of orbs, and sometimes, oh, you use dowsing rods in the field? Yeah, okay, I forgot. You do. I forgot all about that. Thank you. I remember you telling me that. Yeah. Yeah, I remember you telling me about that now. I'll walk down the sidewalk, snap it will fill with little orbs of colors. I have to have my son come out so I can take pictures of the moon. Heck yeah. Yeah, if you can do video, that is going to be that'll lean a lot better towards actual proving their paranormal orbs, um, rather than a still photo. Because even an insect in dust will come up with colors. Um, sorry. So if you can do that instead. Um, that will that will lead more credibility to it than a still picture. Still picture's nice, but still pictures can be misleading very easily too. So keep that in mind. Um, like the orbs I've shown before. Uh, the reason why I got excited and I showed them because they set off my EMF detector. They set off my hey Monisha. They set off my motion sensors in those wintertime. So I Okay, let's try that again. Stinking freaking internet. Yeah, I'm turning on my other internet deal. This is getting ridiculous. Again. Okay. Let me switch this real quick. Okay. Now that okay, come on now. Uh, yeah, no, I might have to have someone send me one so I can do that. You can't use the bell that you buy. You have to have someone send you one. But I should be back up and going. Can you guys see me? Hear me? Am I? I okay, good. No, I'm. This is woosah. Good. Yeah. I've had enough of this freaking internet company. I had to go to my Verizon MiFi pack so I can freaking have internet. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, I'm going to have somebody get one and send it to me. Because if I buy it, it doesn't work. It has to be a gift. Might have to go back there, bro. We might just have to go back that. Hey, Firewater, how's it going, sweetie? It's so good to see you in here. So, try and remember. So yeah, so that's some stuff. I don't know where you guys lost me at. Uh, um, so I don't know where I left off. Good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm very glad to hear that. So, oh, anyways, so yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of stuff going. I've been hearing some weird noises out here lately. Sounds good, Kevin. I appreciate that. But yeah, I have been. I've been hearing a lot of strange stuff, a lot of strange noises. My daughter's gotten scared where she's moved back into the house from the shed. There's been a lot of activity going on around here lately, so I'm going to have to start checking things out. Which, by the sounds of it, I'm thinking it's cryptid related. So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I definitely some weird stuff going on. Um, I've been trying to get my parabolic mic out and do some recordings, but with this heat, the way it is, and the fact that I've been running like a striped monkey, I haven't had a chance to do it. But I'm going to try to catch some of this stuff. A lot of it seems to be coming from behind my house. It's actually west. Um, that would not surprise me. That you better be careful because I'm going to have to break out my thermal. I'll catch you on thermal. Um, but yeah, so I gotta try to catch out. Yeah. So there's been grunts. There's been growls. Um, Weird howls like I've never. It's not like a wolf howl. It's something different. Something I'm not used to hearing. Um, some strange calls that I'm not used to hearing too. So I don't know. I'm chalking it up that it could be this. Um, yeah. Um, but I don't know. So I've got to work on trying to capture that. I just had a lot of stuff going on, and just haven't been able to do it yet. Between phone calls of people wanting me to check out stuff going on, people telling me about stuff that they're experiencing. I've been busy. I've been very busy. Um, it's I don't know if it's because I'm finally getting out to the public about what I do, but yeah, I'm getting a lot more people talking to me about stuff. So I've been pretty busy dealing with that stuff. And like I said, that paranormal investigation I did last night, I'm going to have to go out and do another session out there. So it's interesting. I don't know if it's because of an uptick of activity or it's just people finally coming out and being open. I think it's probably a combination of both. But I could be wrong. I absolutely could be wrong. Um, but that's kind of where I'm at on it right now because I know there's people that don't usually talk about it that's starting to open up. So, and given, holy cow, is this supposed to storm today? I haven't checked the weather. It looks like rain clouds coming in. Um, I haven't checked the. Well, no, because this is yes, it's recent, but I haven't done no investigations during the time that this um, has picked up. So if I would have brought it home, it had been a little bit sooner. Um, this is you can tell it's living. I'll leave it. You can definitely tell it's something living by the sounds it's making. It's living. Is it Bigfoot? Is it Dog Man? Is it something else? I don't know. But you can kind of tell by the sounds. It's definitely no storms. Wow. To the east of me, it's like really thick clouds slowly moving. Um, but yeah, it's I'm pretty convinced it's something living. So, and I could be wrong. I mean, I totally could be wrong. It's just I'm going off of experiences I've had, and My experiences tell me that's what it is. So and I won't know until I capture it and I can, capture some evidence of it and go through it. Well, and that's kind of where I'm at on it. Of course, I've ever since mom passed away and I bought the property off of dad. He's moved out. I've had cryptid activity on this property 24/7, 365 days of the year. I may go a month or so without something or very little before it picks back up again. But every time I go out in the woods, I find something new. I haven't found no dogman tracks yet. Doesn't mean nothing. I just haven't found none yet. I've seen some strange marks high up in trees that will be even higher for Bigfoot to reach unless he climbed. So could they be tree topping? Jumping from treetop to treetop? Absolutely, a dog man will jump from treetop to treetop. So is that what I'm dealing with? Possibly, but it's more of the feeling that there's a young male in the area. And that's kind of the feeling it is. It's a young male. And with me being hurting down for a little bit, not being able to get out and do as much as I used to, now that I'm doing a lot better, I got to get back out. I've got a little bit in my beard. That's about the only place I've got gray hair right now. Now I'm 46. So, what little bit of hair I have on my head, there ain't no gray in that yet. But I am getting it in my beard. So I don't know. That's I got to figure out what's going on. It seems to mainly be focused on my youngest daughter. So that's another reason why I'm thinking it's a young male. Okay, that one's finally uploaded. Now it's converting. I'm figuring out this website. Yeah, I just made an investigations page on it, so finally got one of the videos to download. Now it's converting this video for optimal playback. Yeah. So I don't know. That's some stuff I got to start looking into. The weird stuff that really bothers me comes out during the winter around here. Giving my location to Moon Valley, giving that I didn't really have issues until I did a show about a big W, and I'm afraid I probably said the name too many times. Shortly after that, I started getting activity here in the winter. Um, Makes me wonder. I don't know. So I'm still. I mean, I did catch that, which is it's on my YouTube. I did catch that what I call the mimic. It'll be a video called the mimic, um, where it was trying to mimic my dogs. I heard that again last winter. Now it's further northeast of me, but I did hear it again, and we still in the wintertime, you still got them trying to mimic the voices. Trying to mimic certain people. Now my daughter the other day said, "Yeah, There's a lot going on in that area. Don't really. Oops. There's a lot going on in that area. I don't really want to talk a whole lot about that on here. Not from what I've been told. There's a lot going on. A lot of going on in that place, and I really don't want to talk a whole lot about it because I don't need somebody knocking on my door. So yeah, but yeah, in the wintertime is when I get that. I remember now. My daughter the other day was talking about she heard something singing out in the woods, and this was during the daytime. She said it sounded native, but she couldn't quite make it out. And she goes, "Yeah, I thought about going to check it out." And she goes, "I changed my mind." And that was about the time I was messaging her back because I was at work saying, "Don't go in the woods." She came back right at that time saying, "Yeah, I decided to come inside." I said, "Yeah, that's probably the best choice." You hearing that out there? Yeah, we don't need you out there messing with that. And that was, well, what day was that on? I think that was on Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday. Oh, I'm sorry. That was Thursday. I heard like a strange song voice out in the woods while I was feeding the chickens. I pretended like I didn't hear it and went back inside, but it was real creepy. That's exactly how she explained it to me, and that was Thursday, so I apologize. My mind has been kind of telling me different things about the place, like my mind is connected somehow to there. It just pops up in my mind out of nowhere. Did I miss something? Oh, move out. Yeah, yeah. Um, like I said, I don't want to talk a whole lot about that. There's certain things I'll show. There's certain things I'm. What's a polite way of putting it? Basically, I can't share because then it'll directly affect me. And no, I'm not suicidal. I don't plan on disappearing. I plan on doing these shows and writing more books. I don't plan on going nowhere anytime soon. Well, and that's what I'm wondering. Yeah. Well, I've been working hard at training her firewater, but that's one of the things, But the thing that happens in the wintertime is totally different than what this thing is. So it makes me wonder if I don't have two different things going on at one time out here. Yes, I'm facing south right now. Did I miss something? Younger when my hair was longer, I was strong, but the older I've gotten, oh, kind of like I forgot that actor's name. He was the main character on Little House on the Prairie. He was told in a vision not to cut his hair because he would be successful if he didn't. So he faked injuries sometimes to hide, to bandage up his head to hide his long hair, but that's why he kept his hair long. Can't remember his name. Hey Kyle, I can't remember his name, but he was the main actor on Little House of the Prairie. He's been to other movies and stuff like that. Yes, Michael. Yeah, I think so. I think that's it, Kyle. I'm pretty sure that's it. I'd have to look it up. I believe it is Michael Landon. Oh, absolutely is. Okay, yeah. So we got Charles, Caroline, Laura, Mary. No, that's not it. But they actually, yes, he did. Thank you. That was the other one I was trying to remember, Don. Thank you. Yes, he was Little Joe on Bonanza. Absolutely. Um, I have a lot of caves. There's a cave not too far from me. Um, I don't know. I hadn't really thought about that. Uh, I've never really considered that. That's something to look into. Oh, did you? And back into my grandparents' motorhome as he talked with. Oh, that's cool. He was a really devoted Christian, a super nice guy, and he really believed that. Do you? Oh crap! Come on, you stupid thing. That's so cool. Yeah, I love that show. That. Well, thank you. Yes, I forgot about that one too. Yes, Highway to Heaven. God, I forgot about that show. Yeah. Michael Landon was a good actor. He was a devout Christian, and he seriously believed it was a word from God that he was not supposed to cut his hair. As long as he didn't cut his hair, he'd be very successful. Did you? That's so cool. That is so cool. Yeah, that's lucky. I mean, I've met a lot of famous people traveling this world, being in the military, working at truck stops. Um, so I mean, I've been blessed. Some of them I'm like, God, dude, you're out there. But some of them has been really cool. Had some embarrassing moments with a couple female ones too. Well, one female one. The other one wasn't really embarrassing. It was like, oh, all right. But top of the air. Thanks, Roxanne. Let's do. I haven't had a chance to make any videos for me. We'll just go ahead and do my Saga of the Grimson. Here we go. Hopefully that played all the way through. It wasn't working very good on my side, so I was trying to time it in my head. You can find my books like that one. That was Saga Grimson, book one, the beginning. You can find those on Amazon.com/author / Ed Testerman. Um, you can also go to my webpage and hit the Amazon link. It'll take you directly to my author's fan page. Um, so you can find those books, and if you follow me on there, you write a review about the book. Hit the stars on the books. That helps get my name out there so other people can experience my books too. And also, if you're following me on there, anytime I release a new book, it will let you know before anybody else. So I've got to get some more commercials made up for my books, but I just haven't had the luxury of doing any of those yet. Um, I've been busy trying to get some other stuff done. Hey, Carl. Um, Take it easy, brother William. Well, thank you for coming in. I'll definitely try to give your show a looking at tonight. I've got to finish up doing these video editings and start downloading evidence, so I can start going through evidence too. That's gonna be my night after I get done doing the show. What are you talking about, Carl? We've already had a party going. Yep. So yeah, I gotta try to see what that is. That's messing with me out here. There's definitely two possibilities. This time of year could be three possibilities, and winter not. I shouldn't say two. It's actually four possibilities, but this time of year would be three possibilities. Yeah, we're an hour and 2 minutes into it, buddy. You had any new stuff happen out in your area, Carl? You're down there in the swamps. A lot of high strangeness in them swamps. I need to make my way down to Louisiana. I got a brother that lives in Islands. I need to go down and see him. Heck yeah, man. You got to have Carl and his packages and his cougar hunting squad. Had to put that. I was very tempted to put my kilt on because it's so daggone hot. But I was like, it'd be my luck. I'd stand up and that thing would be stuck up. So I was like, yeah, I better just keep my shorts on. Hey, thanks for coming in, Kyle. Good to see you, bro. Cool. So that's on there. What has a very sharp, hot electrical welding arc, high voltage kind of smell? Had all electronics checked by three different electricians in house. That's all okay. Static electricity, paranormal, or supernatural? It'd have to be one of those three. What did I say? I would crap myself if there was a honey badger. What did I say? No, how do I get? Yeah, I'll have to play with this when I'm done. Um. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. No. I do. I wear my kilt traditionally. Yep. I do. I wear it traditionally. I don't wear a skirt. I wear a kilt. I've spent a great deal of my life in the woods and rural areas, but I've never seen and experienced any cryptid. That's both a good thing and a sad thing at the same time. I mean, really depends on how they are in your area. Really would determine if that's a good thing or bad thing. I can see that. I can see that. I've often wondered if it was because I have made it clear that I do not consent to anything of any. That is a possibility. That very much is a possibility. Yeah. This thing's being a pain in the butt. Yeah, that is a very good possibility. You guys can't see Snow right now, but he is soaking up that fan. He is so soaking up that fan. I'm getting a kick out. I knew what he wanted when we came in here because he can't feel the other fan on the floor too good. So, man, he is right there just soaking that thing up. Be careful with Roxanne's choppers, man. They might get you. I've often wondered if I held out a holy cross, if that'd keep them from coming after me. Kind of like you do with vampires. Be gone, demon. Yeah, he is. He's soaking. He's hamming that thing up right now. I might be able to show you. He is hamming up on that fan right now because he's hot. He's a hot boy. He is definitely. Specialized jumpers. That's true. That's true. Yeah. Yeah. Poor little guy. I feel bad for him because this heat wave we're in. Run, Carl, run. Oh my God, I don't want to put that one up. Yeah, you're too big to be up here, but you can feel that one on the floor, so you're good. Old boar got excited because he thought he was going to be the center of attention for a minute. Man, it's hot. So I get a kick out of these little guys. Heck yeah, heck yeah, Manisha, heck yeah. Um, so it don't sound like anybody else has got any experiences that they've had happen. So pretty much kind of shared. I think I'm trying to remember if I forgot any that's happened recently or not. Oh, oh, that's so sad. Our bearded dragon left this world. She had a good life, though 15 years almost out of critters. Damn, I hate hearing that. Yeah, when Shadow passed away, I was heartbroken. She was laying on my chest, and there was nothing I could do for her. I don't know what got a hold of her. And then when she knew it was time, she got up, crawled off of me, and crawled her way into the kitchen. And she didn't want to lay on me when she was time for her to go, so I made her as comfortable as possible, and then she was gone. Man, yeah, I don't think they do. I think they find a shady spot until nighttime. During the heat of the day, they're like any other animal that's got fur. During the hottest, extreme hottest parts of the day, I'm a firm believer they find a nice shady spot or cool spot to go into. We got enough caves around here. I'm pretty sure that's where they go. I'm pretty dead gone sure. Yeah, it I agree with you. I mean, it breaks my heart, Bounty. It really breaks my heart when that happens. Because my animals are like my kids. I love them to death. They aggravate the crap out of me sometimes, but I still love them. You know, even though one of them's being a bed hog and trying to hog up all the air from the fans and air from the AC. The only AC unit I got working is one in my bedroom. It's not working the greatest, but it's working. Yeah, it's hard, man. One of the hardest ones I ever had um, was when I was in the Marines, and Dovey. She was my part Doberman Pinscher and part Shih Tzu, and I had her. I mean, she was shit. She was 15, 17 years old when she finally went, and I couldn't take her to Hawaii with me, no matter how bad I wanted to, because I knew the quarantine would kill her. So it she passed away whenever I was in the Corps over in Hawaii, and man, losing her after having her, she was the runt of the litter, and me and her was thick as thieves, and so her passing and the fact I wasn't there for it really broke my heart. Took care of a sick kitty, held it all the time. It lived on me the day she was gone. Found her in the alley, really sick baby. I gave her life before she, and that's the thing, man. Yeah, at least you was able to give her love before it was time. you know. And that was the thing about me was with Dovey, or not with Shadow. Um, all I could do was there was nothing that I could do to help her. So all I could do literally was just love her and show her all the love that I could before it was her time. Yeah, I mean that's all you can do. I got too many daggone animals as it is right now. Way too many animals. um, I need to quit doing that. So I guess nobody else has had some. Thank you for sharing your stuff today, Bounty. I'm really curious on that stuff. If you can get some live footages of that, that would be great. Um, that'd be really good. Um, that will help be able to determine a little bit more of what's going on. So, Lakeside, Laura, how's it going? You got any encounters you've had lately you want to talk about? That's what today's show is all about. Saturdays is a safe place for you guys to share your encounters, and we'll kind of talk about it. And we'll talk about possibilities of what they could be, or determine what the best approach is to handling it. Poor little dude. And like I said, tomorrow we're going to dive deeper into the paranormal stuff. That'll be tomorrow's show. We did talk some of the stuff today, but we'll hit it a little bit better tomorrow. I kind of wanted to keep this as much as possible into a sharing show, like it was designed. But I love paranormal. I love cryptids. I love supernatural. I love history. And that's I get excited when we start talking about it because I mean, like what you guys will should be able to have that Indian Point paranormal video done today. And what you guys will capture in there is why I love doing what I do with the paranormal. What happened, what took place, the sad, both the sad and the good that happened during that episode at Indian Point there in Branson, Missouri. I mean, even the sad stuff. We had sad stuff last night on last night's investigation. That's why I do this. A lot of this paranormal activity you have out there, they're simply trying to figure out what happened to them, or they've got a message to pass on to somebody. And that's kind of what's going on with last night's deal. So I'm trying to figure out how to approach it and get all the evidence I can before I pass the message on. No kidding, Monisha. When did that happen? Actually, that sounds familiar. Have you told me that one already? Soon, when hunting starts, I'll be going hunting Bigfoot. Oh, wait, maybe not. My wife said she would like to see that so she could laugh. That would be comical. Yeah, I don't hunt them. I mean, I do hunt them, but I don't hunt them in aspect of like I do with deer and squirrel and rabbit and turkey and stuff like that. Um, I want to learn. I hunt. I investigate them and search for them because I want to learn. But yeah, I mean, for me, it's I can pretty much go all year round and just and find Bigfoot stuff. That's why I'm the believer on that. You know, they don't leave in the summer. They don't leave and go to cooler climates because I literally can find evidence and recent evidence of them all year round. Oh, you didn't tell me about man. That sounds familiar. That's why I thought you did. It was about 12 years ago. Man, that sounds so familiar though. Gosh, that sounds so familiar. Interesting because I remember somebody talking about that too. I'm trying to remember where they were at. I don't remember where they were at though. Bigfoot dwarf, what's happening, brother? Salute. Eh, for me, it's 620. 9 more years, Bigfoot. 9 more years. If I want to keep my job and get my retirements, 9 more years for me. I want to hear more about that though, Manisha, because that does sound interesting. I know I've been told a very similar story. Um, I know I have. I need to cook some dinner tonight too. I haven't eaten since Thursday night. No, I'll take that back. I had 2 donuts earlier today when I was down for our school instructions. So I haven't eaten. Never mind. What about ghost smoke? So that is actually a very good question, Don. Um, 98% of the time when you're dealing with paranormal, it's going to be audio, um, audio and orbs. About 1.5% of the time, it's going to be like a mist. Um, Let me rephrase that. 98 is going to be vocal. The 1.5 is going to be mist and orbs. The point 0.5 is actually going to be a full body apparition. The full body apparition is it's a rarity. It is very, 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 very rare to actually get a full body apparition. When it most of the time when you do see something like that, it's going to be a smoky, misty, however you want to describe it, type thing, or orbs. Yeah, that's funny. That is funny. So that could be, that's kind of what I was talking about. I always call it like a misty, but I've heard people describe it as a smoke like experience. That is a partial apparition. That's something that's trying to manifest, but it just doesn't have enough energy to manifest. I don't know if he did or not. I didn't think about that. He has been quiet, hasn't he? Huh. I wonder if something happened. Hope he's okay. But yeah, that is something trying to manifest, but it doesn't have enough energy to do it. So, and that's going to be most of the time. That's what you're going to see is that. I was walking back from the store getting my brother-in-law some beer around midnight. And and I know for a fact I've heard somebody tell me a very similar story. So it makes you wonder how many times people are running into these things and they just don't realize it. And just every great once in a while it pops in their head. Holy crap! She's seen it in the house and outside. So yeah. So like when I'm doing investigations, I don't want. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, you can use my energy." I know I don't want them doing that because then you're pretty much inviting them to attach themselves to you. Um, I mean, you can also do it with equipment. I tell them, there's enough. You can borrow um, energy from the equipment I have here. But I don't want them to have an actual life connection to me. That's why I don't ever tell them you can borrow energy from me. Plus, if they don't, either A, they're an energy sucking vampire and you just can't see them, or B, they don't know how to control it. They can drain you very easily. I've made that mistake before. A very long time ago. I've made that mistake. I don't ever do it again. I always tell them, I've got enough equipment here, and every single time I do an investigation, I got equipment that gets shut off or batteries that get drained quick. Yeah, that's when you're allowing them to attach themselves to your life force. That can that can cause problems. That's just been my experience. I'm not telling you that's fact. I'm just telling you that's been my experience. That causes problems, and I don't do it no more. Like I said, I learned that mistake a very long time ago. I won't do it no more. So it's easier to get them off your equipment than it is to get them off of you. Um, Especially if you allow them to partake of your life force, your life's energy. That creates a bond that's very hard to get rid of. So I won't do it. So, and Neil, let's see. Like last night, I know, I hit that record button before we started the investigation, and I just happened to get up and walk behind and seen it was a recording. So I don't know if I didn't hit it right or it got shut off because it's common. I mean, I've had them shut equipment off often. Just about every single investigation, I've got to go through and try to remember to check my equipment because they gets turned off. Hey Ray, how's it going? So I don't know. I haven't downloaded the stuff to see. I'm hoping it recorded because there's one instance you'll be able to hear it on the EVP session, but if it didn't record it, it really sucks because it is to capture that. Oh my gosh, it is such an amazing feeling to capture what happened. So I'm really 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 hoping um, that we caught it on the on the recorder. If we didn't, I'm going to be upset. But you'll hear us react to it on the EVP. That's good. I'm glad to hear that, Ray. I'm really glad to hear that. So, um, and I'll talk about it when I do the video. And you'll hear my disappointment if I didn't catch it on the camera because, and when it happened, I mean, it sends chills through your body when it happens with what happened last night. And it did. It's in my. What are you knocking off? It literally sent chills through my body when it happened. I mean, it's just, oh my gosh, dude. I live for that type of captures. I absolutely live for that type of captures. So I'm excited. I really, oh gosh, I really hope I caught that. I really, really, really hope I caught that. I'll be disappointed if I didn't. But yeah, I mean, it was very. It started out slow, which it always happens. And that's the thing when people go on paranormal investigations, they're expecting to have activity right off the bat, and a lot of it, and that's not going to be the case. I mean, I'm sorry to burst your bubbles, your YouTube videos and your boob tube videos. They lied to you. That stuff does not happen. Does it every now and then? Yes. Majority of times when you go on a paranormal investigation, I don't know if David's in here. He can vouch for what I'm saying. Um, the activity's not going to start out heavy. You may get one or two things here and there, and it may be a while before anything happens. But until they get used to you, it's not. It's not. They really got to warm up to you. We should all go to the swamps in Louisiana and go dogman watching on Little Island, like peninsula areas. Bring your. I'll be afraid of seeing a rougarou. A rougarou is something I don't want to run into. I know the Cajuns will tell you don't want to say that name because that invites them. Um, so I'm not inviting you. I'm just talking about you. But yeah, that's something down there I don't want to run into. You want to see in Lamar, or you see feral people come to Lamar? They're all over. Are the actual feral people, or are they the North American crackhead or meth head? That's just something I don't. I just, man, I can't see why anybody does something that literally destroys your body. Well, I mean, we got them bull sharks all the way up here in Missouri, Tracy. I mean, bull sharks have been spotted. I mean, up in even the Great Lakes, they've been spotted all over Missouri rivers. Um, it's going to be more. It's going to be Southwest Missouri, more on the western side, but it's even southwest of me. Yeah, both. Yeah. Well, seeing a lot of people don't realize there is still Native American tribes, like in I think it's North Carolina or South Carolina, somewhere way deep in the mountains that's not populated and that's not even been documented. There's still Native American tribes that live there. Hey, brother Da, how's it going? I was talking about you a little bit ago. Did you? Yeah, I mean it's true. It's true. They're out there. Oops, this damn thing's jumping around. Yeah. How you doing today, Da? Guys, don't forget Da does have a show later on tonight. So does Jessica Jones. So make sure you capture them. They'll be at. I'm brain farting. 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock will be Da's. 9 o'clock will be Jessica's. I've heard and seen videos of deep South Louisiana where it's so isolated from people, and that's where they most werewolf sightings, if you believe in it. I can believe that, Carl. Absolutely. You're welcome, brother. But like I was saying, I mean, there's reports. I can't remember if it's North Carolina or South Carolina, and there's a couple other states that have the same reports. But there is still Native American tribes that never left. They just went deep into the mountains where nobody goes, and still live the way their ancestors did to this day. So, and that's something we have to consider too when we're doing this types of investigations out in the middle of nowhere. Um, you have to consider that that's still something that happens. I mean, if you don't believe me, I mean, look at the Amazon. There's still primitive people in the Amazon that's never seen a Westerner, and that stuff still happens. It's not very common here in the United States, but there is still multiple reports of that coming from those areas of you know primitive natives still living that way. I just know that I've just heard many stories of the Cherokee tribe, but I know there's other tribes too. I mean, in the Black Hills, they talk about there's still Sioux in the Black Hill that live that way too, and they're way back in the parts that you try to find them, you get lost. Now there's reports in the Carolinas of the Cherokee tribe. They still come and do some trading, um, but that's on like a rare circumstance. If memory serves me correctly, that's what I've been told. I know people that live down there. I've got kin that live down in them areas, and if I remember correctly, they still every great once in a while will come to a populated area to do trading, and they only trade with certain people. Um, but uh, oh, Da, welcome back, Don. Dude, I read an article just the other day that there are scientists who believe that there might still be tribes of Neanderthals, and well, and that's an interesting you brought that up, Da, because when I did a show on Neanderthals, I literally was covering the idea, the theory that Bigfoot could be the last remnants of Neanderthal, especially with recent scientific studies coming about Neanderthal. They realized, hey, we were wrong about these for so long. They're bigger, they're stronger, and they're heavier than what we believe. And if you actually listen to the description, a lot of these humanoid-looking Bigfoot reports you hear, um, they sound just like these recent discoveries of Neanderthal. So I'm a big believer, and I can definitely get on that bandwagon, Da. Definitely get on that bandwagon, um, because I'm on that. I'm on. Well, I couldn't say I can get on. I'm on that bandwagon. Oh, you know what? I remember you and me talking about that. Yes. I remember because I remember I was getting ready for that show. Actually, that's when I talked to you because I was getting ready for that show, and I was like, this is my theory. What do you think? And you actually, I remember that now. You told me about that book, Them and Us by Danny Vendramonti. Um, I do. I agree. I agree with them. I agree with you. I really believe, and it makes sense because if these Bigfoots can breed with us and create babies, then genetically we may not be identical, but we're close enough that we can create offsprings. And the only way that could be is if we come from the same bloodline. So, like when I was talking about, and that was one of my that was one of my first shows. I said I'm a firm believer that Bigfoot, us and Bigfoot were on this limb. We just branched off and became what we are now, where they remained on that limb, and that would make perfect sense why they could breed with us. Oh, definitely, bro. Definitely. Yeah. I would love to because I'm interested. I've always had that theory, but I've never really been huge on that theory because I wanted more evidence. But the more that I look into Bigfoots, especially the human looking Bigfoots, the more I can't help but go, I believe that they are Neanderthal. They're the last remnants of Neanderthal. Well, I believe that is true, Dawn. There was also that female that was captured by that village, and the men would get drunk and rape her, and she had many kids. And she was very, very Neanderthal looking. Very Neanderthal looking. Yes. Yep. It's a Hana. Yep. There's actually, if you can, yes, I remember doing that. Yeah, I remember that now. Yes, you're absolutely right, bro. You're absolutely right on that. They do. If you look at like, well, who was it that was sending you those? Was it Brother William or was it Fred that was sending you those hand drawings of humanoid looking Neanderthal? And they look just like them drawings. They look absolutely like them drawings. And when I seen that, I was like, that confirms it for me. That really confirms it for me. I don't know if it does anybody else, but for me, it does. That was William. Okay, I was trying to remember. Yeah, I was thinking that was, but I didn't want to be wrong. Yeah, I mean they look just like them, so I can see that. Um, you know, are the humanoid looking ones? This was my theory. The humanoid looking ones could be the last remnants of Neanderthal, or they're the human and Bigfoot hybrids. Could what we see Bigfoot being actual Neanderthal, and the humanoid looking ones be the hybrids between them and us? Very good possibility. I mean, I can't dispute that. There is a lot of scientific evidence that would suggest that that could be true. Just going off of images alone, that would suggest that it's true. Um, I'm not going to say it is because obviously I'm not sitting at a campfire singing "Kumbaya" with one. Um, there ain't been one on the operating table, so I mean I can't 100% say that's true. For me, I would have to say it is. For me, I'm a believer because it makes sense. It fits. The puzzle piece fits. Hey, Joanne. So I don't know. I mean, for me, I have to agree with that. I don't know how everybody else in the chat feels about that, but for me personally, I do. And that's something I've always wondered for years and years and years. I've always questioned mainstream education. I've always questioned it because none of it ever. Mainstream education contradicts itself quite often. And this will ruffle some feathers, but mainstream religion does too. Mainstream religion contradicts itself quite often as well. If that ruffled your feathers, I apologize, but I can only tell you, what I see on things, and it does. It contradicts itself. But that's why I don't like mainstream science. That's why I don't like mainstream education, because none of it makes sense. When you get into the true science and true education, so have I, Joanne. Don't worry about it. I had to. I had to go back to my Verizon MiFi pack because them yahoos still ain't came out and fixed my stuff, and so I'm still having issues. Um, but I'm just not a fan of it because they really don't. Carl. So I don't, like I said, I don't know how you guys feel about that, but yeah. Heck yeah, Bigfoot dwarf. Heck yeah, man. Um, so that's why I don't. I like pure science. Like when I'm out investigating this stuff or looking, I like the real scientific approach to it. And I'm going to say, okay, could it be this? Could it be that? Could it be this? And I'm not going to sit there and say, no, it's not this because this. I'm going to say, look, this is the possibilities. I'm not saying it's one or the other. Kind of like what I did with Bounty earlier. That's exactly how I look at it. It's okay. Well, this, and this could cause this. And we just got to look into it more to get a better understanding of that. I ain't had them in the coon's age. Oh, that'd be perfect, bro. I appreciate that. Yes. Yes. No, I appreciate that. Yeah, those are great drawings. Man, that was what, a little over, that was about 2 years ago. I think you had them up. I was amazed by them drawings. My life experience with bullets, most are lies. They write their history. Yeah, that's true. So you have to be very careful on that. And I'm a firm believer. If we're going to ever find out the truth about this stuff, you have to have true science backing it up. I'm a firm believer in that. And there will be some that try to deny it, but it's hard to deny when you got pure scientific proof that these things are real. Are you? Yeah, mine was acting up again, so I had to turn my Verizon Wi-Fi back on just to be able to continue on with the show. Um, and I mean, for some of you that may work. For some of you don't. For me, that's how it is. Like me and Da, we've been on an paranormal investigation together. I like the science side of it. When we go to Moon Valley, when we go to the werewolf deal, I'm always going to put science. Now, is folklore going to be a part of that? Absolutely, folklore is going to be a part of that because behind every myth, behind every legend is a kernel, or is an ember of truth. You just got to figure out what that ember is. So yes, folklore, mythology plays a part in it just as much as pure science does. But I want scientific evidence as well. That's right. Um, it jumped on me, so there it is. Yeah, we all know that's right. Absolutely, Judy. I agree. Good seeing you too. Yes, these things are 100% real. I'm a firm believer. I've seen too much evidence for me to believe otherwise. I'm sorry. I mean, I know some people are not believers. Hey, to each is their own. I'm not here to convince you that these things are real. I I'll let you know, what I've experienced, what I find, and what I've collected. It's up to you. I'll give you the tools. It's up to you to use those tools. You either want to be a believer or you don't. I mean, I'm not going to sit there and make you. Yeah, Judy. Yeah. I mean, I agree. I've seen too much of my life all over this world. All over this world, I've seen too much of this stuff to not be a believer. I've studied too much mythology, too much folklore, too much of a lot of things to go. These ain't just primitive people going ooga booga. That's a this. They literally seen this stuff. They literally were either painting it on cave walls or writing down exactly what they saw or painting them on canvases of stuff they actually saw. I'm not going to say that every single one of them is true because, yeah, I mean, we're humans. You're going to have those that try to make a buck off of somebody's belief. But there's too much of it out there for that to be the case on every single one of them. As far as cave paintings go, it's still a possibility that was the case, but I'm a big believer that cave paintings are probably more accurate than anything else. You do. Absolutely, Bounty. Absolutely, you do. Yeah. Pew pews for us. Yeah. Yeah. So, and that's what I like to do. That's what I want. I want to find the pieces of the puzzle. I want to put it together. I want to know. It's. I don't know how you describe it, man. I'm like a autistic kid with a puzzle. It's like, okay, I'm going to make this thing work, and it's going to drive me nuts until I can put it together. But like like I was talking last night with what happened on that investigation last night, seeing what happened and the way that it happened and get that chill I got when that happened. That's why I love this stuff. And it's not just paranormal. That's cryptid, supernatural, mythological, whatever it is. That's why I love it. Getting that chill. It's like a natural high. It's like a natural boost. That's why I love it. Even the fear side of it, I hate to say it, even the fear side of it, you'll never experience that on any kind of substance on this earth. You'll never match that feeling. And anybody in here that does investigations, I'm pretty sure they're going to agree with me. When you get that freaking hoo-yah of an experience, it's what we do. That's what we love. Yes, yeah, I mean the goosebumps. I mean literally, like what happened, and that's why, like I said earlier, that's why I seriously hope that was captured on camera and that wasn't when my camcorder stopped recording, because, oh man, that's what I live for. Yeah, it don't. It really don't. Hey, you take it easy, Da. Good seeing you in here, bro. But it is. That's what we do. That's what we live. That's what I can only speak for me, but I'm pretty sure everybody else is going to agree with me. That feeling is that that hoo-yah moment is it. Don't know about other people's sightings, but the Bigfoot I saw was so close that the thing is painted in my memory. You can never forget that image, but I'll not go looking for them. Yeah, I mean, both the good and the bad of those experiences, you'll never forget it. I mean, that's what I'm out. That's what that type of adrenaline rush. That I guess would be a good way to put it. That type of adrenaline rush is why I love doing what I do, and especially with helping things. Like when I get this video done and get it posted, doing what happened during that deal at Indian Point, that also gives me an energy rush. And the feeling I get is just you can't get it from any other substance but that. I mean, I guess good way to put it is that it's an adrenaline rush. So well, we got about 6 minutes left. Does anybody else got anything they want to share before we start closing her down? So tomorrow we're going to be talking paranormal, um, talking about my experiences. Going to be talking about certain things that I've seen, experience other people's different tricks of the trade and stuff like that. That's kind of going to be what we're going to be talking about on tomorrow's show at 6 o'clock Central Standard Time on the regular The Bizarre and the Unknown show. So hope to see you guys in that one. Like I said, if everything goes right, I'll have that video done tonight. I'll release it first on the members only. If I can get it done tonight, that will be released on the members only tonight. And then most likely sometime during the weeks when I'll release it to the public. So yep, agreed. Energy doesn't lie. I've ran across curiosities. It's always because someone else wants to leave before it's solved. Unsure if that's a good. Oh man, yeah. I got to know what's going on. I hope you haven't. I haven't died yet when by myself. This is things that confuse me. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I want to know. That's That's why when they tell me what they experience, like when I'm doing paranormal experiences and they tell me what's going on, I love it because I'm literally getting it from the horse's mouth. So, alrighty then. Eric, we will see all the cryptids we can handle very soon because we are there. But be afraid we are giving authority over these things. If you believe and have faith, must have faith in God. Possibly, yeah. I mean, I can see that being a very good possibility. Absolutely. Don't be a sack lunch or quit talking food. I haven't eaten yet. I've had 2 donuts since Thursday night. I still leave that creepy stuff to you and Jessica in the game. I need to take you on a paranormal investigation, Firewater. I'm kind of curious how you're going to react. Might have to bring some depends, but I'm telling you, man, once you experience it, that natural high is just so amazing. I'm getting chills again thinking about what happened last night, man. It's you'll never forget it. It's just I love it. I love it. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm hoping that temperatures will start dropping soon, so I can spend some more time in the office here, so I can get back to my writing on my books, getting back to doing some more research. Like I said, it's still 94 degrees in here, so it's like hot. It's like hot, hot. So it's hard for me being here for extended time. Bible says we'll see scary monsters when you do deep Greek studies. It's there. I don't. I'll have to look that up. You haven't seen. And that does sound kind of familiar. See, I know you, girl. I know you, Firewater. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. That's why I love this stuff. Um, hey, Robin, how's it going? But it's so we've got a lot going on. Like I said, when the temperature gets a little cooler, where I can be in this office more than a couple hours at a time, I'll get back to getting a lot more stuff done. I've been tinkering with my AC unit, trying to get it going. Um, it is what it is. You know, it sucks, but this payday, if I don't have it done, I've got a couple floor AC units I'm looking at getting. They're $135 a piece. So, push comes to shove, I'll have to do that till the end of the year. But I'm so far behind on stuff. If you are members of my YouTube channel, or a paid member of my YouTube channel, keep an eye out tonight. I should have that video done and released on there. I'm thinking Wednesday or Friday is when I'll release it to the public. So keep an eye on that. Once I get that done, then I've got to download all my stuff from last night's investigation and start going through that. So I got a lot going on. I'm also working on the Bizarre, and the Unknown page, web page, trying to get stuff put on there, trying to think of ideas and stuff that people would want to see on there. So keep an eye on that as well. But that is going to be a gift to the paid members of the YouTube channel. You will have first look and first access to my investigations when they come out. So with that being said, until tomorrow, everybody, peace, love, and blessings. As far as I know, William will be having a show tomorrow morning unless something changes. To my new subscribers, thank you so much. I'm very thankful and humbled that you come and listen to me and get to share our things, our experiences together. So thank you so much. My OGs, every single one of you guys, man, you guys are awesome. I am truly blessed for every single one of you guys. Give a shout out to my mods. Without their help, I'll be really sidetracked trying to do this. So thank you so much for what you guys do. I'm truly thankful for every single one of my mods. So until tomorrow, everybody, I need to do final home repair so we can see and relocate somewhere else for 4 seasons, but not now. Oh, yeah, I get that, Carl. So until then, peace, love, and blessings. Yeah, you got to keep an eye on that, Joanne. It does that quite often. So every now and then, I've got to go in and take a look to make sure because it'll go from all to personal on that little bell icon, or they'll literally unsubscribe you. So if you're not seeing something from somebody for a while, you need to go in and check that. So until tomorrow, everybody, peace, love, and blessings. And thank you for coming in.